We have seen the Bhashya of this shloka yesterday. There was a mistake. Navirato duscharitat nashanto nasamahitaha nashantamanaso vapi prajnanenainam apnuyat. This mantra belongs to Kathopanishad. Yesterday I said Mundakopanishad. It is Kathopanishad. So that mantra is the basis of the second half of this shloka. In fact, every mantra, every shloka in Bhagavad Gita has its basis in the Upanishad. Sometimes Shankaracharya will indicate the basis. Here also, yatantopyakritatmano nainam pashyantyachetasah. While describing this line, Bhashyakara said, Duscharitat anuparataha. By saying this, he is indicating the basis. The basis is that particular mantra of Kathopanishad. Next shloka. Yadaditya-gatam tejah jagat bhasayate akhilam yat-candramasi yat-agnau tat-tejo viddhi mamakam. From this shloka onwards, Bhagavan is describing the vibhuti in brief. Already we have seen the vibhuti right from chapter 7 to chapter 10. In many places, Bhagavan described his vibhuti, his special manifestation in the universe. Now, here in chapter 15 also, Bhagavan is mentioning the vibhuti in brief from shloka 12. The vibhuti is repeated almost in every chapter from chapter 7. The repetition of the vibhuti indicates the emphasis on the need to comprehend the presence of Ishvara in and through the universe. So, certain vibhutis are already told. No, certain other vibhutis are told. So, yat aditya-gatam tejah jagat bhasayate akhilam. So, this vibhuti is in the form of light, tejah, the light which illumines the world, which illumines the universe. Even that light is a divine manifestation of the Ishvara. See, yat aditya-gatam tejah akhilam jagat bhasayate. the tejah, yat tejah, the light which is present in aditya, aditya-gatam, which belongs to the sun. Akhilam jagat bhasayate, it illumines the entire world. Yat candramasi, and also the light in moon. Candramasi yat tejah. Yaccha agnau, agnau cha yat tejah, and the light in the fire, the light in the fire. Tat tejah mamakam viddhi, understand that all that light is mine, belongs to me. Means it is nothing but another manifestation of Ishvara. There is a sambandha for this portion, the portion which starts from shloka 12, a few shlokas that sum up the vibhuti, that present the vibhuti in brief. So let us read the sambandha. Yat padam sarvasya avabhasakam api agnadityadikam jyotihi na avabhasayate yat praptascha mumukshavaः पुनः संसाराभिमुखाः न निवर्तन्ते यस्य च पदस्य उपाधिभेदम् अनुविधीयमानाः जीवाः घटाकाशादयः इव आकाशस्य अंशाः तस्य पदस्य सर्वात्मत्वं सर्वव्यवहारास्पदत्वं च विवक्षुः चतुर्भिः श्लोकैः विभूति संक्षेपम आह भगवान. Before starting the vibhuti, Bhashyakara is summing up what we have seen in the previous shlokas of this chapter. Yat padam, the pada, the swarupa of Paramatma. Sarvasya avabhasakam api, it is the illuminer of everything. The Paramatma Swarupa is Chaitanya. Being Chaitanya, it is the illuminer of everything. Sarvasya avabhasakam api. Despite being the illuminer of everything, it is not illumined by anything. Ajnadityadikam jyotihi na avabhasayate. Ajnadityadikam jyotihi, the light of fire, sun, etc., they do not illumine it. Na avabhasayate. Here yat padam should be taken as dvitiya vibhakti, object of avabhasayate. Ajnadityadikam jyotihi yat padam sarvasya avabhasakam api na avabhasayate. So Ajnadityadi Jyoti cannot illumine the Atma, the Chaitanya, though it is the illuminer of everything. Sorry, here, Sarvasya Avabhasakam Api is an adjective for Ajnadityadikam Jyoti. So, Ajnadityadikam Jyoti, the light of sun, etc., it illumines everything in the world. It is capable of illumining everything in the world, but it cannot illumine the Chaitanya, the Paramatma Swarupa. So here Sarvasya Avabhasakam api Ajnadityadikam Jyoti. So Sarvasya Avabhasakam is an adjective of Ajnadityadikam Jyoti. The Ajnadityadikam Jyoti can illumine everything else, but they cannot illumine the Padam, the Swarupa of Paramatma, the Chaitanya. न तद्भासयते सूर्यो न शशांको न पावकः. So that shloka is summed up here. What is the shloka? Shloka 6 is summed up. And then yat praptascha mumukshavaha punah samsarabhimukha na nivartante. Yat praptaha mumukshavaha, the mumukshus who attain this pada. The pada is called dhama in shloka 6. Instead of the word dhama, Bhashyakara uses the word padam here, the swarupa. Praptaha mumukshavaha, the mumukshus who have attained this swarupa. Punaha samsarabhimukha na nivartante. They do not return to samsara once again. And then yasya cha padasya. So shloka 6 is summed up with this. Now he is summing up Mamaivamsho Jivaloke. Yasya cha padasya upadhibedam anuvidhiyamanaha jivaha amshaha. So jivaha, the jivas, are the amsha of this pada. They are the amsha of the swarupa of Paramatma. So we have to remember, not really amsha, amshaha iva amshaha. So how amshaha iva upadhibedam anuvidhiyamana, because the jivas, they are the nature of Paramatma associated with a specific upadhi, an upadhi bheda, a distinct upadhi. When the same Paramatma is associated with the distinct upadhi, then it is looked upon as jiva. So upadhi bhedam anuvidhiyamanaha. Ramaraya Kavi says, Antahkaranadi upadhi bhedam anusritya bhinnaha iva pratiyamana. So on account of Antahkaranadi upadhi, on account of the upadhi, antahkarana, indriya, etc. Bhinnaha iva pratiyamana. The Paramatma himself appears as different from Paramatma, as though distinct from Paramatma. So it is Jiva. So that kind of Amsha, as though Amsha, is Jiva. For that example is given Ghatakashadayaha iva akashasya. Just like Ghatakasha etc. are the Amsha of Akasha, as though Amsha, as though different from the Mahakasha. In the same manner, on account of the Upadhi, the Paramatma appears as limited, then it is called Jiva. Tasya padasya, that pada, that Swarupa of Paramatma, it's a Sarvatmatvam, it is the Atma of everything. So now Bhashyakara is explaining that Bhagavan is describing the vibhuti of the same pada, the same Paramatma. His vibhuti is being explained. What is the purpose of explaining the vibhuti? The vibhuti is important in order to understand these 2 points. Sarvatmatvam, sarvavyavahara aspadatvam cha vivakshuhu. In order to drive home the sarvatmatva and sarvavyavahara aspadatva of that pada. 2 points. Number 1, sarvatmatva. The Paramatma is sarvatma. He is the atma of everything. He is the essence of everything. Because he is the one who gives a sattva to everything, who lends existence to everything. So being the sat, being the existence, Paramatma is sarvatma. So sarvatmatvam. And not only he is sarvatma, he is a sarvavyavahara aspada. He is the support of all vyavahara. All transactions are happening by the support of Paramatma. Because Paramatma is Chit. Being Chaitanya, he is the aspada, the support of all transactions. So that is Sarvatmatva and Sarvavyavahara aspadatva. He is the existence and he is the consciousness, on account of which everything is associated with existence. Everything gets a sattva on account of Paramatma. And everything gets a spurti. Spurti means everything becomes known. Everything becomes evident on account of Paramatma. Therefore, one can comprehend the presence of Paramatma in everything. In order to comprehend the presence of Paramatma in everything as the very satta and spurti, as the very existence and consciousness, the vibhutis are enumerated. So this is the vivaksha, sarvatmatvam, sarvavyavahara aspadatvancha vivakshu, with the desire to convey these 2 points, with an intention to convey these 2 points. Vaktum ichuhu vivakshu. So, vaktum ichuhu vivakshu. Chaturbhihi shlokai, with the next 4 shlokas. Vibhuti Sankshepam Aha Bhagawad. Bhagavan is presenting Vibhuti Sankshepa. Vibhuti in brief. A condensed form of Vibhuti. Already Vibhuti Vistara we have seen, especially in chapter 10, Vibhuti Yoga. Here Vibhuti Sankshepa. Only 4 shlokas are devoted to Vibhuti. Bhashya yat aditya-gatam adityashayam kim tat tejah deeptihi prakasah jagat avabhasayate prakashayati akhilam samastam yat candramasi yaccha shashabhrati tat tejah avabhasakam vartate yaccha agnau hutavahe tat tejah viddhi vijanihi mamakam madiyam mama Vishnoho tajyotihi. Bhashyakara is giving 2 interpretations. In the first interpretation, he takes Aditya etc. as the physical entities that we see. The physical sun, physical moon, and Tejaha he takes as the physical light, the light that we see. In the second interpretation, by the word Aditya etc., Bhashyakara takes Bhashyakara takes the Devatas, Aditya etc. In the second interpretation, he gives the meaning Devata. And Tejaha he takes as Chaitanya. That is the second interpretation. We will see that later on. Now let us look into the first interpretation. Yat aditya-gatam. Aditya-gatam is equal to adityashayam. Adityaha ashayaha yasya tat adityashayam. Whose ashraya is aditya, whose locus is aditya. Means the light which belongs to the sun. Kim tat, what is that? Tejaha. Tejaha is equal to deeptihi, effulgence, is equal to prakasha, light. jagat avabhasayate. Avabhasayate, sorry, jagat bhasayate. Bhasayate is equal to prakashayati, illumines. Akhilam is equal to samastam. Akhilam is adjective to jagat. Akhilam jagat bhasayati. It illumines the entire universe. The sunlight. So here jagat means a part of jagat. This planet Earth we have to take. So somebody was questioning this particular shloka. So Krishna says, sun illumines akhilam jagat. That means Krishna did not know uh, geography. Krishna did not know science. So that is not the idea. So sunlight is a great light. So that is the idea. Here, what the sun illumines, what the sun does not illumine. So what is the extent of sunlight? That is not the main topic. So, so just because Krishna said sunlight illumines the jagat, it does not mean he did not know science. So people can get many objections when it comes to Bhagavad Gita or any other Shastra. So jagat bhasayate, akhilam jagat prakashayati. It illumines the entire universe. So illumining the entire universe means it illumines a large part of the universe. That is the idea. Entire planet Earth is illumined, at least, if not many other planets. In fact, many other planets will not get sunlight. That is why Akhilam Jagat does not mean the whole universe. This planet Earth we can take. So, yat candramasi. Candramasi is equal to yatcha shashabhrati. Shashabhrit is another word for moon. Chandramaha, Shashabhrit, Chandramasi, Chandramas is Sakaranta. Chandramas Shabda, Sakaranta. Chandramaha, Chandramasau, Chandramasaha. So Chandramas Shabda. Chandramaha in Prathama Ekavachanam. That is what perhaps became Chandamama. It is not really Mama, it is Chandramas. And Chandramas is called Shashabhrit. Shasham Vibharti iti Shashabhrit. One who has a Shasha, a rabbit, one who bears a Shasha is called Shashabhrit. Shashanka, Shashabhrit, tat tejaha, avabhasakam vartate. It is tejaha. Tejaha means avabhasakam, the illuminer. Yacha agnau. Agnau is equal to hutavahe. Hutam vahati iti hutavaha. The one who carries the offerings, the oblations, huta, is called hutavaha. Fire is called hutavaha because it carries the oblations to the devatas. We offer the oblation to the fire and it is carried by the fire to the devatas. So, so fire works like a postman. You say Indraya idam havihi. This havi should go to Indra. Where do you put? You put it to fire. Then the fire carries it. Vahati. Hutam vahati. Therefore, it is called hutavaha. Hutavahe. In the fire. Tat tejaha. That light. Viddhi is equal to vijani. Mamakam means madiyam. Mama. It is mine. Who is me? Vishnoho. Mama Vishnoho Tajyotihi. It belongs to me, the Vishnu, the Paramatma. Paramatma is called Vishnu. Veveshti iti Vishnu. The one who pervades everything is called Vishnu. This is the first interpretation. Even the physical light which illumines the visible universe is a manifestation of Paramatma. This can be understood easily if you remember the Srishti Prakriya, how the Paramatma himself, being the Upadana Karana, Paramatma himself is present as Akasha, Vayu, Agni, etc. We have studied that in detail in Tattvabodha, Panchadashi. Now Bhashyakara gives another interpretation which is more philosophical. Let us read. अथवा यद aditya-gatam tejah चैतन्यात्मकं ज्योतिः यत् candramasi यच्च agnau तत्तेजः विद्धि मामकं मदीयं मम विष्णोः तज्ज्योतिः. Athava or else, another interpretation. Yat aditya-gatam tejah. The tejah, the light, here tejah is equal to chaitanyatmakam jyoti. Tejah should be understood as the light in the form of chaitanya, not the physical light. Chaitanya itself is called jyoti or tejah. Why it is called jyotihi? Jyotisham jyotihi. It is the light of all lights. And it is present in everyone, including the devatas. Among the devatas, Krishna chooses the most effulgent of the devatas, the most brilliant of the devatas, Aditya, etc. Aditya-gatam tejah, the tejas, the chaitanya, which is present in Aditya. Here, Aditya should be understood as Devata, the Surya Devata, one of the brilliant of the Devatas, one of the most brilliant Devatas. Yat candramasi, and in Chandra, Chandra Devata. Yacha agnau, in Agni Devata. Tat tejaha, that light, mamakam, is equal to madiyam, is equal to mama, Vishnoho, tajyotihi viddhi. Understand that even that Chaitanya, which is there in various devatas, including Aditya, etc., understand it as my Chaitanya, the Chaitanya which is present in all the devatas is my Chaitanya only. Then a question is asked, why specifically Aditya, etc., are chosen in the second interpretation? Because in everyone the same Chaitanya is there. Just stating this is enough. The Chaitanya is in everyone is my Chaitanya. Why Aditya, etc., are selected specifically? This is the question. Let us read. Nanu sthavareshu jangameshu cha tat samanam chaitanyatmakam jyotihi tatra katham idam visheshanam yad aditya-gatam ityadi. Nanu, a question is raised. Sthavareshu jangameshu cha, both in sthavara and jangama. Sthavara means the non-moving creatures, tree, etc., and jangam, the moving creatures. In both of them, tat chaitanyatmakam jyotihi samanam, the jyoti which is chaitanya, it is same. In fact, chaitanya cannot have any gradation also. Somewhere more chaitanya, somewhere less chaitanya, somewhere concentrated. It is not so. Chaitanya is always uniform without any differences. That is why it is called prajnana ghanaha. It is one solid Chaitanya without any differences. Therefore, you cannot say Chaitanya is less somewhere, Chaitanya is more somewhere also. Therefore, tatra kathamidam visheshanam. Then what is this? What is the use of this visheshana, this specification? Yad aditya-gatam ityadi, the light which is there in Aditya. Why Aditya, etc., have to be specifically mentioned? Just say everyone in general. Why you have to specify? Is there any speciality in Aditya? Ityadi. Then Siddhanta. Let us read. नैष दोषः सत्त्वाधिक्यात् आधिक्योपपत्तेः आदित्यादिषु हि सत्त्वम् अत्यन्तप्रकाशम् अत्यन्तभास्वरम् अतः तत्रैव आविस्तरम् ज्योतिः इति तद्विशिष्यते न तु तत्रैव तदधिकम् इति यथा हि लोके तुल्ये अपि मुखसंस्थाने न काष्ठकुड्यादौ मुखम् आविर्भवति आदर्शादौ तु स्वच्छे स्वच्छतरे च तारतम्येन आविर्भवति तद्वत् सिद्धांति says naisha dosha, there is no dosha, there is no fallacy here. So Purva Pakshi presented a dosha. Purva Pakshi feared a dosha. According to Purva Pakshi, if Chaitanya is same everywhere, then why Aditya etc. is mentioned? If Aditya is specifically mentioned, that will mean in Aditya the Chaitanya is little more, just like just like water. In some borewells water is more, in some borewells water is less. Likewise in Aditya there is a bigger Chaitanya. Does it mean that? So that is the dosha. So mentioning some people specifically is not correct when the Chaitanya is uniformly present in everything. That is the dosha. Then Siddhanti says, Naisha dosha. There is no such dosha because even though Chaitanya is uniformly present in everyone, the manifestation of the Chaitanya varies. The Chaitanya is equally present both in our mind as well as this table. The Chaitanya is equally present in the mind as well as in table. Because Chaitanya is all pervasive. But then there is a difference as far as the manifestation of Chaitanya is concerned. In my mind, the Chaitanya can reflect, the Chaitanya can manifest, but in the table, the Chaitanya cannot reflect. And even where it can reflect, there is a gradation. In some upadhis, it will reflect to a greater extent, depending on the amount of sattva, depending on the purity of sattva in the given upadhi, there will be greater manifestation of Chaitanya in some upadhis. That way, in some upadhis, like in the upadhi of Aditya, etc., since the sattva is greater, it is more sattva pradhana. That is why there is a greater manifestation of the Chaitanya. To indicate the greater manifestation of Chaitanya, Bhagavan specifically states Aditya, etc. Naisha dosha. He explains why there is no dosha. Sattvaadhikyat adhikyopapatte. In Aditya, etc., in Surya Devata, etc., Sattvaadhikyat, on account of the greatness of Sattva, since they have greater Sattva, Adhikyopapatte. Adhikya means Chaitanya Abhivyaktehe Adhikyopapatte. In the Abhivyakti of Chaitanya, there is Adhikya. ಮುಂದೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಆದಿತ್ಯಾದಿಷು ಹಿ in Aditya, etc. So this is Sangraha Vakya. Sattvaadhikyat adhikyopapattehe is Sangraha Vakya. The answer is given in brief. Then it is explained. Adityadishu hi, in Aditya, etc. He means because. Yasmat, in Aditya, etc. Sattvam atyanta prakasham. The sattva is very prakasha, very luminous. Sattva is very luminous. Luminous means atyanta bhaswaram. It is very clear. There is clear sattva, not contaminated by rajas and tamas. Ataha, therefore, tatraiva avistaram jyotihi. Tatra eva, in Aditya, etc. only, jyotihi avistaram, the jyotihi, the Chaitanya, is more explicit. Avistaram means more explicit, more manifest than in the other places. Avihi means manifest. Avistaram means more manifest. It has a greater manifestation. Iti tadvishishyate. Therefore, there is a specification of Aditya, etc. The specification does not mean the Chaitanya is really greater in those places. Natu tatraiva tat adhikam iti. Tatra eva, in Aditya, etc. only, it is adhikam, it is really greater. Chaitanya itself is greater in nature. This idea is not conveyed. That is not the intention. Tatra eva tat adhikam iti na vishishyate. The visheshana, the specification of Aditya, etc. do not mean that the Chaitanya is present, really present to a greater degree in Aditya, etc. Because the Chaitanya Swarupa does not have a gradation. In the Chaitanya Swarupa, there is no gradation. But in the manifestation, there is a gradation. Swarupe taratamyam nasti. Abhivyaktau taratamyam asti. He explains with an example. Yathahi, just as loke, in the world, tulye api mukha samsthane, your mukha is same. Mukha samsthana, the structure of your face, it is same. You may hold your face against a wall. You may hold your face against a wood, the door. It does not reflect. The face remaining same, the shape of the face remaining same. It does not reflect in the wall or in the wooden door. But the same face reflects in a mirror, because the mirror has a clearer surface, a more polished surface. So, mukha samsthane tulye api. The mukha samsthana, the shape of the face, it is tulya, it is same. It does not vary. But kashtha kudyado mukham na avirbhavati. In kashtha, in wood, and kudya, wall, etc. Mukham na avirbhavati. The face does not appear. The face does not reflect. Adarshadau tu swachhe swachhatarecha. But in Adarsha, mirror, etc. Adarsha Adi, mirror, etc. etc. includes jala, water, Adarsha, jala, and nowadays computer screen, mobile screen. Shankaracharya doesn't know all those things. Adarshadautu swachhe swachhatarecha. See, even these reflecting surface, they have gradation. Some are swachha, just clear. Some are swachhatara, more clear, more polished. That is why there is a difference in the screens. Some screens are swachha. Some screens will be swachhatara. They will have higher resolution. Swachhatara means they have greater resolution. Then taratamyena avirbhavat. Taratamyena. In different degrees, in varying degree, the same face reflects. Avirbhavati. So there is a gradation in the clarity of reflection also. There is no difference in face, but there is a difference in the clarity of reflection. In the same manner, Chaitanya is same everywhere, but depending on the upadhi, there is gradation. In some upadhis, Chaitanya is less explicit, like in amoeba upadhi, bacteria upadhi, etc. It is less explicit. or plant upadhi. Whereas in human upadhi it is more explicit. In devatas etc. it is even more explicit. That is why Bhagavan mentions certain devatas where the Chaitanya is more evident on account of the higher degree of clarity in sattva, sattva guna prakarsha. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.